Hey, what's up guys, Damian here with another noob raping video as always, owning and raping those tiny little noobs. Hell yes guys, we have now the XM Airburst Rifle that was added with Season 3 and those tiny little noobs guys are getting owned and getting raped like the absolute noobs that they are by the noob rapists. Look at this guys. What is happening in this video guys is unprecedented. I mean, I am owning and raping those tiny little noobs so hard guys. I mean, it's raining multi-kills. I mean, we are talking complete obliteration here of these tiny little noobs. Look at this, it's raining multi-kills, literally. I mean, I had an absolute blast using the new XM Airburst and the new specialist chain that was added now with Season 3. And this guy guys is an absolute noob rapist. I mean, look at this, look at the tiny little noobs. What can I say guys, what can I say? I mean, I have never seen so much destruction in this game so far. Look at them, look at the tiny little noobs guys. So yeah, the Airburst, an absolute beast of a weapon, or well, it is considered a gadget. And it is by far the most effective gadget at taking out infantry guys, not just behind cover, which is its intended purpose, but also normally. I mean, if you know how to use it, you can very easily destroy those tiny little noobs, as you can see right here. But of course, me being the noob rapist, you know, I'm using it tactically, and well, it is a tactical weapon. And now this is not the first time that we've seen this gun in a Battlefield game. The first time was in Battlefield 4. It was for the support class, and actually in Battlefield 4 it had even more airburst range. In Battlefield 2042 we have up to 100 meters, and in Battlefield 4 it was even further. But I think it had slower projectile velocity, but well, in any case, that doesn't matter. It's still a 3-shot kill with airburst, or a 4-shot kill with direct impacts. But if the noobs are using a dozer, it's a 4-shot airburst or a 5-shot direct hits. And of course now the weapon is perfectly balanced. It's not overpowered like all these noob YouTubers were concerned that it may be. It's totally balanced, and it does not need any nerfing, of course. It may actually need a range increase, because that's how it was in Battlefield 4, and quite honestly in Battlefield 2042 we have bigger maps, so I believe this should be like a maximum range of 150 meters, and if not that, at least 125 meters, so that it can be a little more useful, because you know, on the bigger maps quite often the enemy are like just a little bit more than 100 meters, and you cannot use this gun, and you need to have you know, a medium to long range weapon in order to take them out. But that's not always the case, because they are hiding behind covers and stuff like that, so you need something like the Airburst. Now in the previous season, in Season 2, we had the addition of the LVG, or rather that was imported with the M16A3 from Portal. And well, the noobs, they were complaining that it was overpowered, stuff like that, and unfortunately now the LVG has been nerfed into oblivion. It's no longer useful. But thankfully now we have the XM Airburst and Zane in order to take out all those tiny little noobs guys. And if you really know, if you get the hang of this weapon, if you know how to rage it properly, if you get the correct angles on those noobs, you can absolutely destroy them and have a lot of fun guys. Now, well, this is well, the second tactical weapon that we have in Battlefield 2042. The first was the LVG, of course. That was you know, that they consider it overpowered, it got nerfed. And well, to be honest, it was also a very effective direct shot weapon, and you couldn't really escape the LVG. Now the Airburst, you can escape it if you are on your toes. I mean, if you are twitching, stuff like that, if you are running around and you're not stationary for a long time behind cover, you can escape the Airburst, but like that's like a 5% of times that you will escape it, because by the time you start reacting, the second shot has exploded above your head, and then the third shot finishes you off. Unless, of course, you are using a dozer who has the explosive resistance perk, and you know, he wears the flak jacket so that you can escape. But now you can see those tiny little noobs, them being noobs, of course, they don't know how to use this weapon properly, and so far I haven't been killed by the Airburst, because it, you know, requires some thought processing, you know, it requires tactical positioning, you know, you need to think strategically, and Zane is not just another, you know, assault specialist that you have to go around running and gunning like McKay, for example, or it's not like Sundance where you can just randomly throw your scatter grenades and maybe get a kill. No. With the Airburst, guys, of course you need to think before you use this weapon, and that's why it's not being used a lot by those noobs. Maybe it's being used in infantry focused maps like Stranded that you saw previously, and there you can see, look at these noobs. They never learn. I mean, they are so much noobs. I mean, they are gigantic noobs. They keep going behind the same cover only to get raped again and again by the noob rapists. Look at them, complete noobs, completely stupid noobs. Now I want to say a few things about, you know, again, the noob YouTubers, and not just you know, the mainstream YouTubers. Pretty much everybody is using this weapon and the new specialist on the new map, and you know, they do that in order to rush out their videos, which is, you know, for the most part it's running and gunning, and then they get some kills here and there with the Airburst, and well, in the title it says that they are using the Airburst, but of course no, it's mostly running and gunning, you know, the sweaty playstyle, and some kills with the Airburst. Now my video, I wanted it to be for the most part the multi-kills only, because I've gotten a lot of individual kills, but of course that is easy for your average player. In order to get the multi-kills, of course, you know how the noobs think. You need to know the weapon yourself, and you need to be a tactical player, you know, you need to be a good player in general, a strategic player, not just, you know, running and gunning, stuff like that, and you need to wait sometimes for your moment before you shoot, and you need to time your reloads, because the Airburst here is regenerates the ammo, so you need to know what you're doing, and you need to have ammo when you need to destroy those tiny little noobs, guys, and flush them out. So yeah, guys, that was my video. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, remember, keep on raping those little noobs.